Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to My Vision. My name is Shelby, and I'm a psychic medium. You can find me on Facebook under Psychic Medium Shelby Readings. I'm also on YouTube, Shelby Killebrew. I've got some YouTube videos, some grounding and shielding videos, all kinds of different stuff if you want to check it out. Also, I want to give a shout out to Loving Me Jewelry, Michael and Robert Swindle. LM Jewelry on Facebook. You can find them, or you can talk to me. This right now that I have on is like a red coral. I love it. Anyways, tonight I have a very special guest with me. She is a childhood friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time. We're not going to say how long, but we've known each other the better portion of our entire lives. So it's really awesome that you're here on my show. Tasha, I'm going to let Tasha go ahead and explain who she is, but I want to let you know that she's here today to talk about her new book, and it's called Be the Hero of Your Own Story. Tasha is a psychic medium, a healer, a Reiki master, a hypnotherapist. She also does Cupid Coach. You may have seen her on Facebook. Or on the web. So without any further ado, I want to welcome Tasha Renee.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tasha Renee, and yes, Shelby and I have known each other for many, many moons. Oh my gosh, since I was in 7th grade, so like a really long time. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But yes, I am the Cupid Coach, which is a psychic love and life coach. I use my psychic abilities as well as my healing abilities in Reiki with healing crystals as well as hypnotherapy to help people shift things in their lives when they are trying to get the love of their life or the life they feel like they deserve, but they're stuck in places where they're not able to do that. So that's basically what I do. I'm very grateful to be here tonight, so thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
I'm so excited that you're here. And, I know about your life story, obviously, because we've known each other for so long, but I'm really proud of you for coming out and writing this book for several reasons. I feel like there's going to be psychics out there that are going to be drawn to you and drawn to your story, your message, the way you've healed over the years. I've got goosebumps on my face. I read your book. The last 2 days I was reading your book, and I told you earlier, I love your book. I feel like, I do know you, but even if I didn't know you, it was very easy to follow along, and I felt like I knew you. Right. Just by listening, I felt like I was listening to you talk. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Particularly. Yeah, I really followed it. So I'd like you to explain a little bit about the book and what kind of made you decide to write it to begin with.
Well, I grew up in a very interesting environment. There were 3 other siblings. Besides me, obviously. And then, how do I explain this? I kind of grew up how a lot of psychics and healers feel like, which is that you are kind of an alien in your own family, right? Like you feel like, how is it that I even got here? Like nobody gets you. And I grew up in an environment where I was told that I wanted too much and nothing would be good enough for me. And my siblings didn't really have the same needs and wants that I had. And so I had no problem from a young age speaking up and telling my father that I wanted to spend time with him and I wanted a relationship with him. And he was not comfortable with that. And it set a chain of reaction of rejection and abandonment. And it spiraled into all kinds of things, wrong choices for boyfriends and panic attacks and anxiety and agoraphobia, which I still kind of deal with. I'm working on letting that go. And I really wanted to help people understand that even if you have these issues and these problems, you still can become a really strong, amazing, incredible person that still helps people. It's taken me a long time to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, oh, there wasn't anything wrong with me. Just because the majority of my family, all of them, kept pounding into my head that there was something wrong with me, it actually was the opposite. That's not really what was going on. And once I realized that I needed to stop blaming my past and blaming the people who were in it, that gave me a new sense of power that was just incredible. On top of that, you obviously helped me come to terms with the fact that I have gifts. I had no idea that I had gifts growing up. I just thought that I guessed things right all the time. And you were very adamant on letting me know from source that, no, honey, you have abilities. You're psychic. And it was really difficult for me to understand that. So the book also goes into different types of, alternative healing, clairs, which is, claircognizance, your clairvoyance. There's all these different types of psychic abilities. And I go into that, so that you can see if you have any of these and can really step into that power. So between that and really having a conversation with myself on a daily basis that how your past and your family thinks about you has nothing to do with who you are as a person and your purpose on this earth. And your family is not always going to be your family, so to speak. I mean, I consider you my family. I consider, my best friend Stephanie, my family, so they're learning to find out who you are despite the blocks, other people's limiting beliefs that have been put on you. That's what this book is about. And it's about really getting real with the fact that you can't keep continuing to live in the past by saying this happened to me and this happened to me and getting stuck in your story and be able to move forward in empowerment. You can't do that. And the book just goes into a lot of ways on how to do that. There's a step-by-step meditation that I put in there that you do on a daily basis that has helped shift people just in that alone. And just giving you insights on deciding. It's a decision that you make, on.
It really is, isn't it? Because it feels like, I know you and I have talked about this a lot because, we pretty much woke up back to back spiritually. So we've gone through this journey together for the past 5 years. And, we've talked about the fact that psychics, mediums, empaths, we seem to have extremely hard lives on purpose because of we're supposed to be helping other people. And you've really done a great job incorporating what you've learned along the way into your healing practices. Now, I did read a part of the book, and I do know because I passed this client on to you, but I just wanted you to share a little bit with them about the experience you had. I talked to her before. I do get information from Spirit if you have any chakras blocked. And, I usually send them to you, Tasha, after that. Well, anyways, I had a client that I passed on to you, and I would love if you would just tell them a little bit about what happened in that experience.
Sure. So, and I go into the different types of crystals that you can use for certain things in the book, which was very helpful to a lot of people. But for me personally, crystals were, something pretty that I like to look at and, were something that I wasn't ever really felt like drawn to. Some people pick up a crystal and they will get jolts up their arms and they will have all these like amazing things happen. And I was always like, well, that kind of sucks that I don't have that, but whatever. So I have some in my house because I know the healing properties there. I believe in them. I just have never felt like they spoke to me. So and also just to let everybody know, when you do start getting into your gifts and you start stepping into your own power, your gifts get stronger. Okay. So this is a prime example of that. I've been working on myself a lot, and my Reiki sessions have just become very, very intense. I'd say 99% of my client is done over video. And this woman lived overseas. I believe she lived over in the Middle East somewhere. And and in the middle of us doing her session, my hands, which if I concentrate long enough, they just kind of go wherever they're supposed to. Let's put it that way. They just kind of get guided to go wherever. And my computer is on my desk. And anyway, I have crystals everywhere. So my hands started to just float over to where these crystals were, and they would go down and pick up. And it was like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to use this. So I would pick it up, and then my hands would float back over to where they were supposed to go. And I took a picture of it, but it's literally lined up, on her screen. Her picture's on the screen, right? It's lined up along her head in this line. And my eyes are closed while I'm doing this. It's not something where my eyes are open. My eyes are closed. And when it was just super powerful. And at some point, my whole screen lit up, and not like a normal, like electricity light up. Like it went all like white almost. It was just really intense. And so ever since then, I've just been called to use them for each one of my clients, and it's just gotten even more intense every time I do that. So
I did notice you talk a lot about the personal stones that you use, which is awesome. So if you get the book, she does talk about the stones that she's drawn to. And we will be taking colors just here in a few minutes. Tasha, she will take colors, or I will take colors, whatever you want to have a reading from. But Tasha, you also, I want to talk a bit about the Cupid coach as well, because I know a lot of people know you by that.
Sure. So the Cupid coach is basically, I get probably most of my messages and most of my information about love. I have helped people. Michael was probably my first client, and I helped him for about 3 months straight when he was learning how to date and how to come out of, or not come out of, but come into a place of being able to say what he wants and what he needs. And I really had to work with him for a while to get that to happen, which was just a beautiful experience for both of us to go through. I'm so grateful to him. And I realized and looked around that all of my friends were coming to me for love advice. Whenever I also host a radio show, and people were calling in to get information and readings done love-wise, and they were having these great, amazing things. So I finally decided that I didn't want to do one-on-one readings anymore. I will do them if somebody really wants to do one, but I realized that it's in order for people to have the opportunity to really find the love of their life, you have to clear out your blocks, your past trauma, your pain, your limiting thoughts and belief systems. Those have to be cleared out. And I work with mainly women, but I love to work with men. I think it's fabulous how many men are waking up these past year is what I've noticed. But so I work with people on a weekly basis, and we go through and we do psychic coaching. I pull, every week I pull tarot cards for you. And then we do an hour of Reiki with crystals, and we also do hypnotherapy that goes and clears out, all of your issues that you're having that are keeping you stuck. And people are having incredible, amazing results from that. I'm just feel very fortunate to help people with that. But it's life-changing. You will not be the same person. You will not have these issues anymore. And it's just a very, very powerful experience to have if you're ready to do the work. So. Very much
so. Another reason I wanted to have you on the show is because I know that a lot of the people that are watching or listening to this show are psychics themselves with abilities themselves. And there's literally psychics in every walk of life. There's psychics all over the globe doing different jobs. They're reaching different audiences, different people, different situations. I think that it's very important that we spread this information out so that people can know that actually your story, you may feel like it's, horrible, like you have this horrible experience, but really, if you look at the bigger scheme of things, it's like you've been prepared your whole life for helping other,
Yeah.
I have a caller, Geraldine, on the line.
Yes.
Hi. Tasha,
Hi.
you want to?
Hi, Geraldine.
Yes. Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Thanks for calling in. How can we help you?
Thank you. I was just basically wanting to know where I'm headed, how I'm headed, what's going on with my life. Came to a stop, it seems.
And what was the last part? I'm sorry?
I said everything just came to a stop here, just downhill. My husband of 42 years died 3 years ago, and everything's just been downhill since, just financial, family-wise, everybody just fell apart. Everything just went downhill.
I'm really sorry to hear that. So are you wanting to speak with Shelby, or are you wanting to speak with me?
It don't matter.
Okay. What are you getting, Shelby?
I think that a lot of times, I'm so sorry, by the way, about your husband. That's, it's a great loss, having somebody that you love, pass on. And I remember when my stepmom passed, they told my dad not to make any, rash decisions. But I see this a lot with people grieving. Sometimes it will feel like you just spiral out of control. Have you been getting did you ever get any sort of counseling or anything for it?
No. I just say that's life. That's how it goes. I was married 43 years. And so, since I was 18 years old. So that's been my life. But it seemed like after he passed, then my kids all started fighting with each other and with me. I have no contact with two of my kids. And I also went for a lawsuit for when he died of lung cancer. Went for a lawsuit, and that was going strong. And I got a bunch of lawyers saying, "Yeah, we got a good case. We got a case." And then just now, hurry up and wait. It's been 2 years, and they keep telling me soon the settlement's going to happen. And it just seems like, is it ever going to happen?
I feel so, yes. Yeah. Even while you were talking, I was feeling like you were heading out of the end of this cycle. And, in spirit, they knew that you were going to talk to us before we did, okay?
I talk to him every day. People think I'm crazy, but I don't. That's how close we were. I can talk to him.
What was that last part?
I said, my husband, people think I'm crazy because I say I talk to him and he's still around and all that. I could feel him. I could talk with him. That's how close we were.
Of course he's around you. And you will see him again. He's not earthbound. He did cross over.
Right.
It just feels like he's with you all the time. It feels like, I need you to trust that indeed he is there, okay? But it's time for you now. You've been almost parked in place for a very, very long time, okay? And a lot of times this happens. I went for 5 years parked in place. It was terrible. What I didn't realize is that even during the time when I was parked in place, kind of like you are right now with your life, sort of like, what's happening and you just feel like you can't catch a break. But what's actually happening is you're going through things that help you be stronger. They help you to become your higher selves. I do feel like there is a few blocks in you. I do feel a block in the sacral chakra and in the throat chakra as well. And I'm mentioning that because Tasha is here, and she does work on blockages. But could you talk a little bit, Tasha, about what the different blockages will do?
Yeah, of course. So when you're talking about the throat chakra, that's somebody who usually has an issue with speaking their needs, their wants, speaking their truth. Someone who really wants to but doesn't know how to, or it's the opposite where somebody speaks that all the time and they're not listening. So it's either one or the other. And then the sacral chakra is going to be close to your root chakra. So a lot of sacral is going to be, if I remember correctly, because I get sacral and the other one is confused if I don't look at them, so I apologize. But I believe sacral is going to be more around safety, and it's also going to be around close to where the sexuality is as well, which is a really empowered thing. I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, Geraldine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm supposed to tell you that you're supposed to, as hard as it may be to think about trying to move forward or move on, you're really supposed to try to remember who you are, what's important to you, and to find your sense of empowerment and sense of who Geraldine is without basically how your life is currently. I feel like there's parts of you that you put on hold and parts of you that you did not see as important anymore or not important enough that you put on the back burner that you will now have an ability to go back to. And I don't want you to feel guilty for doing that and feel like you can't move forward with that. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So that's important. And I feel like even though I don't talk to, I don't hear or see spirit, but I feel like like your husband, like I almost get teary-eyed talking about it. I feel like your husband wants me to tell you that that's what he wants you to do. He does not want you to sit and worry and be sad. And of course you have a period of time of that and it's understandable, but it's time for you to start thinking about what Geraldine wants. I feel like you're also going to be helping other people, women who have been through similar situations as you, to move forward out of these types of spaces. I feel like you're going to meet someone, a woman doing these things that's going to become really close to you.
Okay.
I also feel, I don't know if you're dating right now or not. Have you gone on any dates or?
No.
Okay,
Not interested.
I feel it coming up, okay? I would say probably within the next year or year and a half. My predictions are usually within about 6 or 8 months. It feels like it's headed in that direction. And you need to understand that when you cross, your husband's going to meet you there. And he does not want you waiting around for him. He's not gone. Okay, he's not gone. He's still right there. You talk to him. You can always talk to him. He's always going to guide you, and he will give you nudges in the gut. If somebody's not right for you, but the main thing is you can even start out with a friendship. It just feels like you need to get out and start mingling. And I agree with Tasha, remembering who you are. And Tasha and I the other day, we were talking on the phone, and we were talking about, we like to manifest. And we were talking about affirmations. And we were talking about the fact that we were going to start doing an affirmation that was, I remember who I am. And for the last few days, I've been practicing that, Tasha, as well. Just saying, I remember who I am. Just telling yourself things like, everything's going to be okay, Geraldine. Everything that, with this lawsuit and stuff, it came to an end. You want to put it in the present tense to where you're already manifesting what's happening. You're trusting and you're believing that it's happening. Geraldine, also, do you ever journal or anything like that?
No. No, I don't.
There is something that you can do, and it's writing a letter to the universe, basically, or to source, or God, or the divine, whatever you're most comfortable calling it. You write a letter. You can add in your husband or anybody on the other side, ancestors that you want to add in with this. And you're basically just going to write down, just let it flow, right? Everything that's bothering you, everything that you're holding on to, everything that you want for the future. And then you're going to sign your name to it. And then you're going to burn it. And by burning it, you're saying, I'm giving this to the universe, and I'm going to trust that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be at this time. And that everything is going to work out. And once you burn that, you need to trust. You need to believe. No, this time of my life is done. There's a reason why I had to go through this. Excuse me. But I don't feel like you're going to be stuck in this for the rest of your life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Well, I hope
really
it helped.
Yeah.
It helped a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay.
Have a good
I
night.
is there a blockage too on I'm waiting on this lawsuit that's going through? They've been telling me for 2 years now, like, hurry up and wait. It's it'll be soon. That's all I keep getting from them. And it's been 2 years already. Is that going to be soon, or is that another block on there, or?
I didn't quite understand what you were saying. I apologize. Your phone's really muffled. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm talking about the lawsuit. It's been 2 years now that I put up the paperwork for the lawsuit thing. And every time I talk with the lawyer, he keeps telling me soon. And it's already been soon 2 years already, and I still haven't gotten anything. And I'm just wondering now if it is, so it's going to be soon.
It will be. Sometimes it just takes a while. I've had it happen to me. We've got about 2 minutes left on the show, but I also want to let you know that there's a dark-skinned man with you. 60 seconds left, but there's a dark-skinned man with you, and he's blowing kisses and stuff.
Wow.
He's got dark hair and stuff.
He was
and
good, yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
So that was my husband.
Yeah, he's here. He's here, okay?
Okay.
Just know that he's always there. He did not want me to not explain him. We've got about 30 seconds left, Geraldine. If you'd like to get a hold of Tasha and I after the show, you're more than welcome to, and I wish you many blessings.
What was the name again? I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Shelby Killebrew, Tasha Renee. Tasha has a book coming out called Be the Hero of Your Own Story. You can find us on Facebook. You could look her up, Cupid Coach,